Hi, this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. I'm back. So in this DVD, I am going to show you how you're going to turn your 2D card become 3D. Okay, so Local King Rubber Stamp have the matching stamp and matching die to go with it. So our die cut is actually very detailed. They are not just the die cut, they are the die cut and also they do the embossing. So they match the stamp image perfectly. They have a lot of intricate cards. So I'm going to show you how to use it. Okay, so we're going to need a few tools. So we're going to need the poking tools. This roller stuff help to release the die cut, a pen, a scrap paper, foam tape, and the most important thing is a reposition tape. You can buy these from the Staple Craft store. This is a 3N. Okay, so we're gonna pick up my die cut. So you're going to stamp your image first. Or previous tutorial already show you how to make this card with a Local King 24 color markers. So you're going to stamp your image first before you die cut, always like that. If you cut first and then try to stamp that, you will see it's going to be very complicated to line up. So stamp your image first, make things ready to go, and then you're going to need a scrap paper. So the scrap paper, not too thick and not too thin, around 65 to 80 pounds is good. And I'm sure you have a lot of scrap paper, and I prefer to use a light color. So I'm gonna pick out the die cut. See how easy to find, and they're very strong. They won't lose it. It's very sticky. Okay, so we're going to pick up the die cut, and then you're going to put your die cut on the scrap paper, and then you are going to take the You will need a die cut machine to be able to use a die cut. So any kind of die cut machine on the market will work just fine. Vagabond, Cuttlebug, Big Shot, all kind of die cut machine, it will work just fine. So if you have any question of the sandwich, like how to use the sandwich, just go to the website to check it out or send me an email. I will glad to answer any question you have. So you're going to run to the machine. I use a Vagabond, and they're going to just Okay, so first we're going to pick up the die cut, and we're going to place the die cut on a piece of scrap paper, okay, like this, and then we're going to use a reposition tape to tape the die cut. Okay, like that. Just make sure it doesn't move off. Okay, like this. I'm going to run to the machine. You will need a die cut machine to be able to use a die cut, so you can use the Cuttlebug, Big Shot, Vagabond, all kind of die cut machine on the market. It will work just fine. Okay, so I just run through the die cut through the machine. You can see in the back, it creates some kind of die cut line. But before we release the die from your scrap paper, I want you to do one thing. This is a very important thing, and I learned the hard way, so I'm sharing with you that you don't have to go through the problem that I had before. We are going to use a pen to tracing the outline. There's a reason for that, trust me. Okay, so we're going to just tracing the outline. Try to do as close as the die if you can. Okay, like this. Okay, so I tracing the outline with a pen, and now you can release your reposition tape. Try to save it because you can reuse them. Okay, like this. Let me just add a little bit outline here just in case. Okay. Okay, you can keep a piece of your reposition tape on the top of the die cut, or it's okay if they lose it. So just let's just leave it like this. So this what I call guiding window. This is what it look like when you don't have image. You just create a silhouette looking. Well, but save it. You might can use it later. But it's all about the matching die or matching stamp. That make all different. And I'm going to show you what's different. So now we're going to grab the image that we already stamped. We're going to use our guiding window. So you're going to place your guiding window on top of your card stamp image. Okay, so now you're going to use your guiding window, the window you just made it, and you're going to place the template on top of your stamp image. Just rotate a little bit, it will line up perfectly. Make sure that your your image is inside of this window. Okay? And now we're going to place your die cut back to your guiding window. So the reason I'm tracing the outline, now you can find why. Because we want to place your die exactly the place it should be. So after you put that, you're going to use reposition tape. You're going to tape your die, your guiding window, and your car. So it's very important to tape all three because you want to make sure that they don't move when you run through the machine. Okay, so I think that's good enough. And then go to run through the machine. So usually one run will do the job. If you find out after you run through the machine and they don't have a clean cut, let me show you. So you can see in the back, they have a very nice clean cut line. If you found out some part of the cut is not clear, don't try to release your die cut. Rotate it, do again. You want to make sure you have a clean die cut line before you release the paper. Otherwise, after you release it and you found out that some part is still not uncutted, you want to line out and put it back, that's too much trouble. Just make sure if you don't have a clean cutting line, just rotate it or shim your machine and make sure that you have a clean cut line. And then usually one cut will do. So this is the other great tip. Don't try to peel off your tape from the front. Try to release from the back. This way is easier, and then most of the time you can still save your tape. I found out if you try to peel off your tape from the front, usually the tape will break and then you just cannot use those tape anymore. Okay, so let's do these. This is the cut. Okay, so this part, and this one. Okay, and then you can use the poking tool and then try to release those small ones. So it's easier to see from the back. Okay, like this. And then what I like to do is, I like to give a little touch up with ochre color. So what I do is, I use this ochre and then makeup sponge, just darken the outline a little bit. So that way it looks more softer. Okay, just to give a little bit touch up. Yellow works very well. And then we're going to mount it. Remember the part that, the negative part, after you die cut it, you can use it too. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So I just put a little bit tape here. You can use this negative part too. Don't put in the garbage. Actually, it's kind of cool. Okay, do these. Okay, that's it. And then we are going to put the foam tape. Okay, oops. Okay, see? You just put it back exactly the same place. Like this. And more. Okay, and I'm going to add a little butterfly, which I pre-cut and pre-colored it. That's how you turn this to this. So it's very simple and easy, and the die cut is really help you to make a fast 3D car. So I use the negative part that after I cut it, and then, but also if you don't want to, you can just mount it directly on the other piece of paper, just with a little bit foam tape, and it has a 3D car. And it look like you spend hours to make this car. Okay, Hoping you like this tutorial, and this is a preview for my next tutorial. I'm going to show you how to use the low cooking markers to color the butterfly, and you will be amazing. It's very easy and fast, and probably took like 30 seconds to color one of the butterfly. Stay tuned, I will be back.